I hope you guys could able to see my screen. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So
Yeah.
today, like yesterday, we discussed the introduction part, but again, some of the people are not attend yesterday, so we'll start it again so that we'll catch up those stuff like what we discussed in the yesterday's one as well. So we'll go through what is cloud computing and what are the different types of clouds are there, and what are the essential parts for the cloud. Then why AWS cloud is came into picture. What is the use of that? Those are the agenda. Okay. So if you guys think first thing in our mind, it will be come up as what is cloud computing? Correct. So cloud computing is the delivery of computing services. So remember the catch the word computing. What is the meaning of computing here? Nothing but CPU, memory, disk, network. These are call it as a computing. So nothing but somebody will provide you CPU, memory, disk, storage related services. Remember the meaning of services. What is the use of services? Nothing but somebody will be providing a resources to you. That is called as services. But what type of services? Thus I said, right? Computing. Nothing but CPU, memory, disk, those things. Those will be, I mean, along with the computing services, including servers, storage, databases, networking, softwares, analytics, and intelligence software also. Those are all the things we're going to provide. Like how they're going to provide to us over the internet. Means you via internet you can able to access them to offer faster innovation, flexible resources, and economies of the scale. Nothing but you will be taking this all the services, right? Okay, how you are using, and for example, so assume that you want 10 GB storage. You took 10 GB storage today, but maybe tomorrow you might need 15 GB storage. Same existing 10 GB plus 5 more GB you required. Then you add extra 5 GB on tomorrow along the same. You suppose today you took 2 servers, tomorrow you need 10 servers. Go back and you could able to refer and you can create a 10, whatever the servers you want. It might be a 2 or it might be a 10. Whatever you want, you could able to take out those. That's the reason we mentioned the word called economies of the scale. Scale nothing but at any moment of time we can increase the number of resources. At any point of time we can able to reduce the number of services. That is the meaning of economies of the scale. That's a word about the cloud computing. Any questions? Okay. If no questions, let's move on to the next. Cloud allows network-based access to communication tools. So remember, cloud will allow us to use network-based tools. Okay. What are those? For example, emails and calendars. Emails and calendars. I'll give simple example. Gmail are the familiar app we are using for a personal use cases. Outlook is the professional account everybody will use in the organization, because Outlook we used to get a mail and we need to acknowledge the mail, so we need to access the things. Many things we used to do with the email with Outlook. Similarly, Gmail also will use, generally Gmail app you can download in your mobile, and a Gmail web application website also we can open it in your laptop. Okay, so whatever the mails you received in mobile, same mails will be there in the laptop also. Even if you open in PC also, same mails will be there, no difference. Similarly, somebody schedule a meeting with you. That's a calendar invites we call it as. So those schedules you can able to view it in your mobile also, and the same time we can able to view it in your laptop also. That means one question comes here. So that means where are those emails, where are those calendars will be stored? What do you guys think? Where it might be storing? If suppose it's only available in mobile, so we can say it's stored in mobile only, but it's also available in laptop also. So I could not say it's stored in laptop, it's stored in mobile. Other than these two places, somewhere else is to be storing. What is that place?
Cloud.
That's the word cloud. Nothing but not in mobile also, not in laptop also. Somewhere else is storing. That is a place called cloud. So that means The things which will stored in the cloud, and you will using internet to access those. You need a internet to access those. That is called as a this is the word. Next, WhatsApp also a cloud-based infrastructure as it comes in communication. It also one of the example of the cloud computing. WhatsApp also an example for cloud because like generally there's an option will be there in the there's a backup option will be there in the WhatsApp. You might like every day your charts, your documents in the WhatsApp app, whatever you are getting right every day, those everything will be backed up. Where it will be backed up to the one of the cloud. So at any cost, for example, today you lost your mobile, somebody picked up your mobile. Okay, so then if you purchase new mobile, if you try to install a WhatsApp app with your mobile number, then definitely if you synced up with your mobile number, like your WhatsApp account with any of the Gmail account, if the backup is stored in the Gmail account, so it automatically the messages still backed up, what are the things are there, right? Everything will be restored back to your WhatsApp account. Correct. That means the things which are doing on the WhatsApp, somewhere is doing. That is also one of the cloud example. Clear? All the messages and informations are stored in the service provider hardware. Service provider hardware, nothing but WhatsApp is application. Who will provide the service to us? Meta. Now,
Yes, Meta, correct. Yeah.
nothing but Meta is a software which will be handling Instagram, Facebook, then along with that WhatsApp. All three are the functional units of the Meta now. Correct. So Meta is handling these things now. Okay. That means where our all infrastructure, all our data will be stored in the Meta software, Meta company. Clear? That's about the cloud computing. Hope you guys could able to grab the what is the use case of the cloud computing, how the cloud required, what is the cloud use case. Next, move on to the next. Then why do we need cloud? What is the use of cloud computing? Assume that cloud computing makes data backup nothing but entire your mobile, whatever there in your mobile, whatever data is there, entire completely you can take a backup. And disaster recovery, nothing but something goes wrong. Your mobile was corrupted. If you have a proper backup, if you take a new mobile, then you could able to withdraw the data, whatever stored in the existing mobile. Or else simple. Nowadays, any new mobile if you purchase, or any new laptop you purchase, everybody when you set up the mobile or the laptop, right? They'll ask export your data or import your data from another mobile device. Like this, it will ask. Nothing but everybody will provide an opportunity to take up your data back. Okay, that is the word called disaster recovery. Nothing but if something goes wrong, you could able to recall your data back. And business continuity easier and less expensive also. Nothing but storing, retrieving, and modification, whatever doing, those are very low expensive, not consuming much. Okay, because data can be mirrored at multiple redundant sites on the cloud providers network. So one thing, if you use the cloud, what is the advantage? Nothing but whatever the data you take a backup, right? Whatever the data you take a backup, right? Those data will be mirrored. Why the word we use mirror? Nothing but, for example, if you stand in front of the mirror, your object will be visible, correct? Like how you dressed out. Okay, so how your face looks like, the glowness and everything. The same face, other like you could able to see that. Even somebody standing in front of you or somebody, they can also see you the real face, correct? Similar way, the data whatever you kept in one place, that the same data, if you want, you can able to keep it in another place also. That who will take care? The cloud provider will take care. You no need to worry, you just need to inform them that, so I am keeping this data in Bangalore, so keep same data in Mumbai. If you inform that, they'll keep it in Mumbai also. Why two locations? If suppose unfortunately the Bangalore data deleted, then nothing will happen to Mumbai data. At least from the Mumbai data, you could able to take and you could able to restore your backup. That's the meaning of multiple redundant sites on the cloud providers network. Next, speed to the market. Nothing but developing in the cloud enables users to get their applications to market very quickly. Nothing but earlier olden days, if you guys think about, if at all you want to create one virtual machine, virtual server, VM, we call it as. one virtual machine you want to create means it will take several months or several weeks. But now if you want one server, nothing but just not even more than 5 minutes. Within 5 minutes we can create. Think weeks, months to just and 5 minutes job. That's the meaning of speed to the market. Data security. Hardware failures do not result in data loss because of networked backups. Nothing but your server is corrupted, nothing will happen because the data whatever is stored, that is a networked backup, nothing but via internet you backed up. So if in case you delete the corrupted server, you take a new server. In the new server, we can redeploy it back using that backup. Next, savings on the equipment. So one important thing, generally you want to configure any of the virtual machines, not now, in olden days. So lot of money can be spent over there. So how come, like nothing but if at all you want to purchase one server, the server costs around 2 crores. One server you want to purchase means that server costs 2 crores. Okay, that server you want to bring, transportation cost is required, and you need to put up that server means the server is occupied at least one room, one big room it will be occupied. Okay, you require a space of one room for keeping that server. And also as you guys aware about, might be in a theoretical definition in your college days, you might be read out that all electronic components will generate a heat. All electronic components, electronic and along with electrical, both the components will generate a heat, correct? So now how do you cool down this heat? That's the reason. Olden days of computers, if you saw, one CPU is there. In the CPU backend, one fan will be there, correct? Fan is always running. It will be noising also. What is the use of fan? Because in the CPU, whatever the heat generated, right, that fan will cool down. So now this the server, the virtual machine also generate a heat. But how do you cool down that heat? We need to put up a AC. AC means again we need to purchase a AC and we need to pay electricity bill. Like this, there are plenty of things will be there when you consider it. Okay, those all we need to be taken care. That is the meaning of savings on the equipment. Nothing but if you're using cloud resources, instead of the server will be keeping in your office, if you keep the server, if you take the server from the rent from the cloud, then cloud will take care everything. You just paying the rent, then you save a lot of time, lot of space, lot of amount, lot of effort also will be saved, because those everything will be taken care by cloud provider only. Okay, any questions guys? What is cloud computing? Why is cloud computing used? This both I covered up. Any question? Are we good?
Question, so let's move it, sir.
Okay. Next, one important word. So far we discussed it, right? Instead of you spending a money, you spending one place of the room, and instead of purchasing the resources, you take it from the rent. Okay, let's will come to that. So difference between capex and opex. Remember the word capex nothing but capacity expensive. Opex nothing but operational expensive. Grab the word. CapEx means capacity expensive. OpEx means operational expensive. Got it? Next, what is the use case of this? Capacity expenditures are a company's major long-term expenses, while operating expenses are company's day-to-day expenses. Okay, example of capex include physical assets such as like constructing a buildings, purchasing equipments, machineries, and the vehicles. This all comes under as a capex, capacity expenses. So for an example, let's give an example. If suppose company is purchasing one particular building, so if the company purchase that building, they're not paying rent. They're purchasing completely. It's a sale. Okay, that is the comes under as a capacity expensive. Nothing but one-time investment. One time they're making the payment. That is called as a capacity expensive. Then what is operational expensive? Then nothing but monthly rent. Every month will come. For example, if the building is rented out, nothing but like for example, take an example yours only. Like you opted for a 1 BHK rented house means every month you're paying the rent. Every month you're paying electricity bill. Every month you're purchasing like, every month you're paying water bill. Daily you're purchasing milk packets. Correct. So the daily and monthly, these all are operational expensive. Then what are this capacity like capex things, capacity expensive things? One time purchase, every moment you need to purchase. For example, today if you purchase a building, then again no need to require to purchase another building. The same building, if you are able to accommodate, another building is not required. That is called as a capex. Clear? What are the examples of operating expenses? If you think common operating expenses for a company include rent, payroll, like nothing but salary, travel, utilities, insurance, maintenance and repairs, property taxes, office supplies, depreciation, and advertisement. This all comes under in a operational expensive only. Clear? Next, the difference part, if you can see, look at the left side. Assets purchased upfront to meet the business requirements. One time purchase at the beginning and use till end of the life. Need to own and maintain the assets purchased. Example, buying and renting a data centers. Buying and maintaining hardware, example, servers, storage, arrays, etc. And buying software license upfront. This all comes under a capex only, because these all are one time investment only. Then OPEX, ongoing expenses to run the business. Flexible pay as you need. Flexible as you pay need means nothing but this month you're paying something, next month paying something, like this. Every month you're paying. That is called as a OPEX. Provider maintains asset while customers focus on their core functionality. For an example, now only this OPEX only meaningful to us. Why means assume that you are opting a AWS cloud, you're opting a Azure cloud, you're opting a GCP cloud, any of the cloud provider. You take an example. Okay, you're taking a resources from their cloud provider. So nothing but you create a like they'll provide a cloud to you. You use their cloud and you create your resources. Then how you're paying to them? Monthly you'll get a bill. You just pay the bill. How the bill will get, like as like your electricity bill, how much units of electricity you consumed. Similar, how much resources you consumed in the cloud, that much only you need to pay. They'll use a simple word called pay as you go model. Cloud will use the word called pay as you go model. Remember. So examples, no need to worry about the data centers, because data center is a word which will be managed by cloud provider. Paying monthly for Azure services, AWS services, any place, which cloud you're using, you pay the rent for them. Example, monthly storage and compute based consumption, subscribing for a software and paying monthly based on the consumption, like that. Now, even nowadays, many things will be based on the OPEX. For example, Furlenco, this is the furniture brand. Okay, they'll give rented based furnitures. You pay rent. Once you like you don't want those, you can return them. Even these geysers, like many equipments in the world, many people are like providing OPEX, operational expenditure, nothing but rented basis. Correct. Next, move on to the core side area. So, like so far we talked about the word called servers. What is the servers? What is the meaning of the server? Okay, there are different types of server stacks will be there. Okay, the server types will be three types: rack server, blade server, and tower server. This is the very popular server types. Okay, physical servers, I meant to say. The main difference between a rack server and a blade server is a rack server is an independent server installed in the case, while the blade server needs to work with each other on the other server chassis. So for example, if you think which is better, like a rack is better or the blade is better, if you ask me, the cabling of the blade server solution is significantly better than the one unit of the rack solution. From the TCO point of view, blade servers are easier to manage, provide more processing power in a less space, and spend less time. Nothing but, so if you compare rack and blade, both are servers only. Okay. So if you compare with blade server is better. Why? Nothing but blade server will consume very less space and it will provide more power. That's the reason will better this one. For example, if you compare petrol engine car or diesel engine car, you might have two choices. Some people will prefer more power. If you want, you'll go for diesel engine cars. Some people will think about smooth operations. They want means they'll go for petrol engine cars. Similar way. So based upon the requirement wise, the server category also will change. Then how does the servers looks like? Look at here. What is the difference between tower server, rack server, and blade server? If you compare with each other, rack servers have good computing performance, high scalability, and support stack management. Blade servers are suitable for data cluster processing and are equipped with hot swappable to effectively reduce the downtime. Tower servers are relatively large, nothing but very big, and with a strong computing performance and low cooling consumption. Nothing but heavy cooling is not required because this is the tower. You can see how it looks like. It's very quite big. In the if you can see, this looks like a CPU only, but it's a very big CPU. Okay, this the backside having a fan that will cool up entire the ecosystem. This is a rack server. You can keep it in a rack. This is a blade server. Compared to rack and blade, blade is big, quite bigger. Okay, this is the types of servers which we have. Okay, any questions? Those are very quite basics only. Nobody will ask in the interview. Okay, those are just basics. Okay, next, what is the difference between on-premises and cloud infrastructure? If we compare with both on-premises, or another word I'm call it as data center. Another one is cloud computing. Assume that a company hosts everything in-house in an on-premise environment, while in the cloud environment, a third-party provider hosts all that for you. This allows companies to pay as you need it. So nothing but. So in third-party provider hosts all that for you. This allows companies to pay as you need it. So along with effectively scale up your. So that means you can able to use third-party providers to store your data. Nothing but instead of you creating your resources, third-party can create and they can able to allow you to use them. That is called as a on-prem along with cloud. On-prem is you are managing, cloud nothing but cloud provider will manage. Okay. Next. What is the difference between on-prem and AWS if you think about? AWS offers, remember this is the word is very important, we need to keep it in our mind. AWS offers 99.95% guaranteed uptime. What is the meaning of uptime? Might device available the Linux command called uptime. Might you arrive with the command called uptime. In the Linux, that uptime command will be there. Okay. What is the use of that command? So that will show when the server was started. When the server was started. So this will going to show us when the server started. Nothing but AWS will give a guarantee that 99.5%, 95%. So it will give the uptime. 99.5%. It will give the uptime. Then, and also robust backup also, nothing but whatever data you're storing in AWS, it will be backed up, which ensures nothing uploaded to their servers will never be lost, nothing but whatever data you're going to keep in the cloud provider, either in AWS or Azure or any place, the data will be stored securely and they never be lost. Okay, if you think about that means in the cloud the servers never stopped, might be stopped. Okay, when at a macro level, on-premises servers face 14 days of downtime in a year. Nothing but if you are managing a service in your company itself means might average they're taking 14 days, 14 to 24 hours. You can think how many hours you'll get. So that many days downtime you might get in a year. Whereas the average rate of the downtime for the cloud servers is just 30 hours a year. If you think on-prem 14 days, cloud only approximately 1 day, 1.5 day only out of year, 1 year. Okay, like that. So cloud low cost and it will provide more robust solution, no over headache. Okay, but on premises you have a headache, you want to spend the money. Okay, but you have full control. But the thing is that some downtime will be involved in that. Hope you guys are clear on on-premises data center to cloud infrastructure. Next, another important concept, we usually hear the word IaaS, PaaS, SaaS, nothing but infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, then software as a service. Like this, three components will come. Look at the difference. This is the on-premises. This is IaaS. This is PaaS. This is SaaS. If you see the on-premises, the first one, you need to manage. Remember, guys, you need to manage. Nothing but you are responsible to manage this all the things: application, data, runtime, middleware, operating system, virtualization, servers, storage, networking. This everything you need to take care. That is, you manage. That means on-premises data center means you need to take care of everything. But if you think about the cloud IaaS, if you're moving 50% you will manage, remaining 50% cloud provider will manage. Like this, application, data, runtime, middleware, OS. You need to take care about this. I mean, you will get a hands-on experience to get and created this. But if you think about this one, virtualization, server, storage, networking, this will be managed by cloud provider. Look at. Then if you go to PaaS, platform as a service, so here you can see more than 75% will be managed by cloud provider. You just need to manage data and application. That's it. That's how you manage. Software service completely managed by cloud provider only. You no need to manage anything. You just need to pay the rent. That's it. In every place you need to pay the rent. IaaS, PaaS, software as a service, every place you need to pay the rent. But here will be more cost. This is quite less. This is quite less, like that. Because how you are managing the infrastructure, that based upon this services will be decided. Okay. Next, here, what are the common examples? IaaS means all the public cloud providers will offer IaaS. Amazon Web Services, Microsoft Azure, Google Cloud. Okay, like this, all the cloud providers will offer IaaS. Then SaaS, kind of example like a Gmail, Slack, Microsoft Office 365. This they will only provide to us. You just need to use their software and you can able to do your work. Then PaaS nothing but platform. They'll provide a platform, but you need to write your code, you need to deploy your code, you need to build your application. That is your responsibility. That is called as a PaaS platform. Next, those are cloud deploy service models. Remember, guys, the before what we discussed, IaaS, PaaS, SaaS are cloud service models. Now what we're discussing, these are deployment models. In the interview, they'll ask about what are the different types of deployment models, what are the different types of service models. Service models means SaaS, PaaS, IaaS. Deployment models means public cloud, private cloud, hybrid cloud. Public cloud, private cloud, hybrid cloud. What is public cloud then? The cloud services used by single organization which are not exposed to the public. Remember, private cloud nothing but the cloud services used by single organization, only one company, which are not exposed to the public. The things whatever they're using, it won't be available in the public environment. A private cloud resides inside the organization and must be behind a firewall. So only the organization has access to it and can manage to it. Example, IBM Bluemix Cloud is one of the cloud provider. Okay, so that cloud only used by IBM only. Nobody else can use that. Even in the world, any place you can search IBM Bluemix Cloud, nobody will teach that because that's only available in IBM only. In IBM company only they'll teach about that. Then public cloud. The cloud services are exposed to the public and can be used by anyone. Virtualization is typically used to build the cloud services that are offered to the public. An example of public cloud is the Amazon Web Services, AWS. For an example, AWS I can also use, you guys can also can able to use, company also can able to use, then business people also can able to use, marketing people also can able to use, even students also can able to use for learning. Like that, anyone can able to use. But what is required? You just pay the amount and you can use. That's it. Then what is this hybrid cloud then? The cloud services can be distributed among the public and private. Means hybrid nothing but combination of public also and private also, both. Where Sensitive information, sensitive applications are kept inside the organization's network by using private cloud, whereas other services can be hosted on the organization network by using a public cloud. So users can then interchangeably use private as well as public cloud services in everyday operations. Nothing but public also can be used, private also can be used. Both combination we call it as a hybrid cloud. Like this. Offers by third-party providers available to anyone over the public internet, scales quickly and convenient. Combination of both public and private shared security responsibility helps to maintain the tighter controls over the sensitive data and processes. Similarly, private cloud, if you think, offered to the select users over the internet or a private internal network, provided greater security controls, requires traditional data center staffing and maintenance. This we discussed already. Private cloud means we will provide means a cloud computing model in which an enterprise uses a proprietary architecture and runs the cloud servers within its own data center. For example, top vendors HPE, VMware, Dell, EMC, IBM, Red Hat, Microsoft, OpenStack. These are the best example for the private. Hybrid cloud computing model that includes mix of on-premises, privately cloud and third-party public cloud servers and the orchestration between the two platforms. That is like top vendors if you think about public and private both. Public, if you think, cloud computing model in which a third-party provider makes compute resources available to the general public over the internet. So with public cloud providers, enterprises do not have to set and maintain their own cloud servers in a house. Like AWS, Microsoft, Azure, GCP are the most favorable cloud computing provided by the public. Then finally we enter to AWS. Then what is AWS and why do we need AWS? AWS enables you to select the operating system like Windows, Linux, Mac OS, any operating system you can choose. Programming language, Python, Java, .NET, Node.js, Go language, JavaScript, TypeScript, React.js, whatever the famous programming languages are there that allow you to select. Web application platform, database selection, other services you need. Okay, with AWS, you receive a virtual environment that lets you load the software and services your application requires. Next, AWS provides on-demand access to the scalable web application and application servers, storage, data centers, content delivery, cache, search, and other applications that make it easier to find, build, and run up apps that deliver a greater customer experience also. Why is AWS better than others if you compare? First thing, security, because this experience has resulted in the excellent security tooling and the knowledge resource for its customers. Also, AWS platform has built and cemented its scope and maturity over the time, allowing users to focus on their business and leave the security part to the company. Because AWS provides some security tools, you can adopt those security tools for your applications or your account. It could be more secure. Okay, so then if you think about introduction part wise, if I ask about Amazon Web Services is a comprehensive and evolving cloud computing platform provided by the AWS. Amazon is a company, remember. Launched in 2006, AWS offers a wide range of services including computing power, storage solution, databases, machine learning, analytics, and many more. Okay, so those are the core concepts that we discussed about, right? Those are the major things, but two important things will be here. Remember, this is the very important things: regions, availability zones, and edge locations. These three are the very familiar words in the they'll ask in the interview. Please keep it in the mind. Region, nothing but region is a geographical location where AWS data centers are situated, nothing but created. Availability zones, isolated locations within a region for a fault tolerant. Then edge location, distributed data centers used by AWS for a content delivery. Let's give an example. So here, a region you can take as a Karnataka. Availability zone, you can take it as a tier 1 cities. Let's take an example like this. Region is India. Availability zone is like a capital states of the regions. For example, India, if you think about, there could be individual states are coming, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Telangana, like this, states are coming, right? So in that, then what are these edge locations? Edge location, you can treat them like a small cities in that. For example, if I take Karnataka, Bangalore, Mysore, Tumkur, like this, these are the small cities in that, correct? So like that. So region is very big. Availability zone is a small component in the region. Then availability edge locations are very small component in the availability zones. Like this you can treat. But anyway, you can elaborate that in the next class as well. Okay. What benefits will get if you use AWS? Scalability is the first one. As I said that already, whenever you want the resources, you can increase and decrease. And cost efficiency, pay as you go model eliminates upfront infrastructure cost. AWS Filter provides limited access to your variety of the services. Then reliability, multiple availability zones for high availability and services designed for durability and fault tolerance. Then key services means these are the things which are going to learn as part of the course, like compute services, storage services, database services, networking, security. They're like the 20 more things you're going to be learned. Okay. Then in the next class, we need to create a AWS account. In case you guys already holding an account, then we'll skip this. If suppose if you don't have an account means we'll help you out to create the account. Okay, that's the final conclusion. AWS is a powerful and flexible cloud computing platform and constantly evolving with the newer services and features. Ideal for business into individually seeking scalable, reliable, and cost-effective solutions. Okay, that's the last. Now we'll open for a questions. Any questions or confusions if you guys are holding, you guys can feel free to ask the questions. Okay, if you're hesitating to ask the questions, no worries. You can put it in the chat box also, or you could be able to reach out to me in personal also. No worries. Okay, cool. That thank you so much. And before joining the next class, please be sure that your AWS account is active or not active. If suppose not active, we'll help you to create. If it's active, then you guys can try to log in with that only. Okay, cool. That thank you so much.